Let's change to the tariffs, of course. Let's talk about that. Trump, has given him multiple deadlines on the tariffs. There was a pause, then there was no pause. It's been extended. The pause is back. The pause is over.
Trump is just teaching a clinic.
Now we're back.
This is a presidential clinic.
Yeah, now we're on August 1st. That's where things are as of right now. That's the official deadline.
Today was the day, right? 12/1 on July 9th. Yeah.
Today was supposedly the day, but it's been extended. But now there will be no deals past August 1st. We're told. We'll see. We've been told a lot of different things. Here's what he had to say.
We didn't move, no. It's always been August 1st. That's when we're paying. And a statement was put out today, and I put it out just to make it clear. It wasn't a change. It was August 1st. I didn't make a change. Clarification, maybe. No, August 1st they pay. And everybody pays. Everybody has to pay. And the incentive is that they have the right to deal in the United States. If they don't want to, they don't have to pay, and they don't have to deal here.
Everybody has to pay, and if they don't pay, then they have to pay. It's just
if you don't want to show up here, you don't have to pay. Yeah, we're like a concert.
All right, I don't even know what this is all about. Let's put this up there on the screen. So here's what the official policy as of today is. All right, here he is from Donald Trump from his Truth Social. As per letters sent to various countries yesterday, in addition to letters that will be sent today, tomorrow, and for the next short period of time, tariffs will start being paid on August 1st, 2025. There has been no change to this date, and there will be no change. In other words, all money will be due and payable starting August 1st, 2025. No extensions will be granted. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
In Trump's defense, August 1st has always been August 1st.
Yes,
there's been no change to August 1st.
Has not changed, but since then, though,
there were
changed a lot.
Different dates for the actual tariffs. That has changed.
Well, there was a 90-day thing, and then there was actually we're going to do another 90 days, and actually they're off, and actually Japan and South Korea are going to have their tariffs, but everybody else gets a pause until August 1st, and then they had the report, the letter that was sent to the Prime Minister of Japan.
All caps.
All caps.
In crayon.
Can you imagine sitting in Tokyo and reading that letter and saying, what the fuck are we doing with here? It was probably easier for the Imperial Japanese to deal with the surrender terms of Hiroshima than it was to deal with whatever bullshit this is. Right. At least that made sense.
Japan's like, guys, your pickup trucks and your SUVs don't fit on our streets. What do you want us to do?
What do you want from us?
We can't force people to buy them.
You want us to buy your disgusting, bug-laden chemical rice? We won't subject our kids to that. Okay, we're gonna buy it from China, all right? All right, let's go ahead and put this next one up on the screen then. And what exactly has been hit here? Well, oops, Trump unveils a 50% levy on copper, sending the price to a record high. So the president also discussed tariffs of up to 200% on pharmaceuticals, said he might send a letter to the European Union threatening that to impose tariffs if they don't reach a trade deal with the US. He sent similar letters to 14 countries, mostly in Asia. Talked about technology, about the European Union. He also says all members of the BRICS countries will pay an additional 10% tariff charge. That'll definitely work, right? It won't backfire at all for what the idea of BRICS and all of that is about. But we are just back to the same level that we were 90 days ago. There's no strategy, right? There's no coherence. It is all just capriciousness being led by Howard Lutnick, Donald Trump, whatever their feelings and all of that might be. And it's especially galling to me when we're pulling the red carpet out for Bibi here at the White House, giving him all the money that he wants. You're Japan. You're the third largest economy in the world. You're one of the largest trading partners of the United States of America. You're a great ally, actually. You haven't given us a whole lot of trouble. And you're sitting there reading this letter and getting hit with a 25% tariff. Or you're South Korea. U.S. bases there. They spend a lot on defense, actually. They make a lot of great products that we use here in America. You've negotiated in good faith with the United States, and you've actually gone along with a lot of the policy to move away from China. You made a lot of promises about manufacturing and all of that, about defense and this important alliance. And then you get hit with the 25% tariff. But Israel gets whatever it wants, right? What's happening here? That's the thing about the strategy behind all of this. And by the way, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that if we wanted to change all of this, because I haven't gotten a chance to speak about it here, since you'd probably pass a piece of tax legislation which would pump billions of dollars into U.S. manufacturing in our economy. And instead, what do, Ryan, in the one big beautiful bill? Want to tell me how much manufacturing tax credits there are in there? Oh, that's right. Basically, if anything, they repealed much of the manufacturing tax credits that previously were in place. It doesn't make any damn sense.
At least this is good for people who scrape by ripping copper out of abandoned homes.
You mean
and also
those are fentanyl addicts.
Also non-abandoned homes.
Yeah.
Not that I would tell a country how to do its industrial policy, but it is actually good if you would have your own copper supply.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
for national security purposes, and it just makes sense. We use a lot of copper. We might as well produce copper. Fine. But I think, at least, the way you would do it is you'd say, okay, look, on July 1st, 2027, there will be a 50% tariff put on copper. So, and we're not buckling on this. There's no Taco Trump on this. It's July, and we're going to get Congress to pass it into law just to prove to you that this is really going to happen. And that sends a signal to domestic copper producers that if you invest in the production of local copper, you're going to have a local market for it. Now, it might mean the price is 5% higher or 4% higher, and that will have a ripple effect through. But that's a trade-off for having a secure supply of this very essential metal. But that's not what he's doing. He's saying oh man, boom, now there's a tariff on copper, and everybody's like, oh,
fantastic.
It's
yes.
And it's not like all of a sudden you can you and I can't build a copper plant tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean that's
start producing it.
Part of what is just so frustrating is just looking at this all happening. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a segment about this, about BYD and their continued domination.
Right.
I mean, it's
they're just trucking along,
and it's not even you can have your little thing about EVs. I beg you, please, everyone, go on YouTube. Go to this guy, Forrest Auto Reviews. He's an honest broker. And all he does lately are just videos. It's not even Chinese EVs, just new Chinese products, all right? Plug-in hybrids, EVs, whatever. Take a look at those cars and tell me you wouldn't buy them and you wouldn't drive them. I'm not even talking about just BYD, because that's the thing about China. They don't just have BYD.
Right.
They have BYD, Xiaomi. They have all these, they have the luxury, I think it was Yangwang or whatever.
They're probably still cheaper than our
all
Fords.
All of them are cheaper.
Yeah.
Okay, all of them are cheaper, and there's no competition. That even at this point, just even implied competition is honestly insulting to them. Let's continue here with what we have right now. I'm going to skip, guys, ahead to D5, where we have the Secretary Scott Bessent over at the Treasury talking about the expected tariff revenue. Let's take a listen.
We will have taken in about $100 billion in tariff income thus far this year. We could expect that could be well over $300 billion by the end of the year. The CBO scored tariff income over the next 10 years at $2.8 trillion, which we think is probably low.
So what you can see from that, the $300 billion, is a claim of extraordinary revenue, but it only means something, Ryan, if that revenue is put to what purpose? What are you going to use that money for? Is it for all of us? Because right now it seems to be bailing out the farmers who are affected by this. I actually don't have a problem with that. But if you're going to put tariffs on everybody, then everybody should also at least get some share of that revenue. Haven't seen any plan for that, by the way.
No, and it's just a total mess. And I know people complain sometimes, like, this show is supposed to present both sides, and where's the side that's supportive of this? And the irony is that both of us support this policy in general.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe we should say that. Yeah, I'm very supportive of tariffs.
We both love the idea of tariffs, the idea of an industrial policy, of even making some domestic sacrifices to have an internal economy. Nearshoring, even if it's like Canada and Mexico, just for national security purposes and also just for supply chain purposes. We all lived through the pandemic and saw what that did. It's also easier to organize. You've got unions. And then, maybe Saagar and I will then disagree when it comes to the role that unions should play in this stuff, et cetera. So we're all actually supportive of what Trump claims that he's trying to do.
Correct.
Which I think is what makes us even more frustrated. I think the people that are enjoying this the most
are the neoliberals.
CNBC is loving this because it's discrediting the entire idea.
Hey, if you like that video, hit the like button or leave a comment below. It really helps get the show to more people.
And if you'd like to get the full show ad-free and in your inbox every morning, you can sign up at breakingpoints.com.
That's right. Get the full show, help support the future of independent media at breakingpoints.com.